There is breaking news in the NFL today, though, and this is a day that we've been waiting for a couple years.
Oh, yeah. Long time.
Oh, yeah.
2/2/22. February 2nd, 2022 will be the day that the Washington football team is no longer titled after what it physically is, a football team. Washington football team will have a new name, February 2nd, 2022. There was, a lot of people prognosticating on what they thought the name would be, what a good name would be. There was Twitter petitions. There was fans in different places causing scenes to get names heard and said. And the Red Wolves had an incredibly viral attack early, months and months ago, but they peaked at the wrong time. The name was nowhere near the finish line. So I think it kind of ran its very popular course and went out of there. The Red Tails is something that was gone. Allegedly, the Washington Warriors was potentially a name, but that was shot down due to it still having some relevance to the Native American community. So there was names that were floating out there, and the internet was deciding which one was good, which one wasn't good. And then all of a sudden, Boomer Esiason, the hardest working man in all of the world, came out and said, oh, it's the Admirals. All right? I got breaking news. It is the Admirals. So then there was an entire conversation about whether or not the Admirals would be a good name. But there was this one company, I think called Chop Sports Media, who actually had logos and designs for the Commanders just months ago, I think.
Yeah.
Tweeting out that this is going to be the name. And the internet said, there's no way that this company knows exactly what it is. How has the internet figured out this name that has been withheld from us for years almost at this point? Then a news chopper zooms in on a building or on the stadium where it clearly has Commanders on it. It's like, there's no way they're going to let us find out about this before 2/2/22 with how much has been done with red herrings and buying of patents and trademarks that weren't the case. There's no way we've been able to figure it out this easy. Then we woke up this morning, there was an announcement, and ladies and gentlemen, we are now in the era of the Washington Commies, the red team in the nation's capital. The Washington Commanders are about to take the entire NFL by storm. Did they think about potential repercussions? I assume they had a lot of hard conversations about the Washington Commies being referenced as the Washington Commies. And the internet has tried its best to figure out what the chants will be for Commanders. Commanders is a tough word, I guess, to fit into chants, says that Tone Diggs and most of the internet. Commies is going to be something that is said on a regular basis. And I know that, that might be something that some people would be pumped about, which is wild to think about.
Despicable.
Not America, but I mean, people are wild to think about. But the Washington Commanders, if they win, everybody will love it.
That's right.
Sure.
If they lose, everybody will hate it. If the Pipes are still dumping poop on them at the games, they're going to hate the name, I would assume. But if the Commanders go on to win, this will be described as, do you remember when the rebranding of the Washington Commanders happened? At first, there was uproar. The internet let their jokes fly. Then the Commanders will go on to win 8 games, 9 games, 10 games, 11 games, 12 games, and go on to be one of the most beloved franchises yet again. Like, that is potentially what's going to happen. Anytime big decisions are made, we instantly judge it, and obviously hindsight gets a chance to just beat the hell out of our thoughts. But Commanders was not one that was a very positive response on the internet this morning, but rebranding is always going to be a problem.
Yeah, there have been videos actually that have resurfaced of Chase Young saying, oh yeah, the Commander's name stinks. There's no way we're picking that. In a previous interview when they're, going through it all, but fitting Commanders into a couple chants. I don't know what those fans are going to be doing.
Here we go, Commanders. Here we go. Here we go, Commanders. Here we go.
A lot easier. Here we go, Commies. Here we go.
Here we go, Commies. Here we go.
I mean, that's easy. That's going to happen.
It's going to happen.
It's tough.
They're a sleeper cell organization.
Hey, no matter what the name, listen.
I mean, that is going to be talked about. I mean, I know the Patriots have a new rival. It's a goddamn Commies in the South.
Wild day in the NFL. Yeah. The Commanders are now Washington's team.
Jesus.
What an interesting thing that kind of got leaked on the internet last night via Chopper, News Chopper. And when Commanders was originally thought of, I think everybody on earth immediately thought they'd be called the commies. You know, the internet went crazy. I mean, there was a lot of burials of every name, basically. Every single name, there was a burial because they gave out 8 names, and they said that the 3 finalists are amongst the 8 names, but they didn't say which one were the 3. So the internet hears that. The internet's going to bury all of them.
Right. Yeah.
Commanders is still taking it on the shins. I just checked out on the internet.
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
The Commanders is still getting beat up. Although everybody's burying the uniforms, not bad.
Helmets are matte.
The W on the front of the black helmet
Yeah, I
is
don't
a little
love that.
weird there.
Yeah, it kind of looks like the Steelers uniform, doesn't it? I mean, if you think
A little bit.
The only thing that has any resemblance to that is that it's black.
And
That's it.
yellow.
No yellow.
No, actually, the Steelers have white numbers.
Oh, there's no yellow on that jersey at all.
There are yellow on the sleeves.
Oh, okay, on the stripes there.
There's some yellow on those sleeves.
Yeah, but he's saying the number should be white, is what he's saying, instead of yellow. And there was some people in Pittsburgh saying it does look like an Oldie brand, the Steelers jersey, which classic Pittsburgh.
Yeah, that makes sense, though.
I like the fact that they have a full black option, though.
Yeah, sure.
More teams should have black alternate jersey
I agree.
options.
Yeah.
I played for the Colts. We had an all-white Spanx option. That one was tough late in the year.
Spanx.
4K, 8K. How's your belly button? Big. You know what I mean?
Yeah, sure.
And no Spanx. I like the all black, the clean look. Obviously, I wear it every single day, so people would assume that from me. But once again, if they win, none of this matters.
Right.
Let's get to the phones.
Didn't they try a chant at some point with all the names, though? Like, I'm still mind blown on how they landed on Commanders.
All right, we weren't going to listen to this, but we have to, I guess. You guys are not going to let this pass.
No, I wasn't even talking about that.
There is chant practice happening in Washington right now. One video has hit the internet, and Connor and Nick there was no way you guys were going to let us get by with not playing these. Here is a potential chant coming out of Washington. This is via Kristen Powers.
Commanders. And there you have it, ladies and gentlemen. The Washington Commanders football team. We've got a new slogan. Yeah, we took it off of farmers, but the fact of the matter is, we are Commanders. Boy, it gets better every time.
It does. Actually, from the beginning of that video, the second time, it was a little bit different. We are Commanders. Bum, 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 bum.
It should have just been the Washington State Farm, then, because why are we still in, insurance companies?
Well, every chant is stolen from some original chant. That is the purpose of chants.
Yeah, well, speaking of Washington, how do you feel about the Commanders' new name? How are we not going to call them commies? And would you be interested in becoming a commie in your 10th year?
Commander.
Excuse me.
Dude, hey, 10th year, man, I'll play for anybody, bro. Anybody who wants to bring the bussin' with the boys crew along, I'm all about playing in year 10. And I would be a commie. As far as how I actually feel about the name, I think it's trash. Dude, like, you had the Wolves were out there at one point, Red Wolves. Like, you had all these cool names, and they go from the Washington football team to we're the Commanders. It's just, and then the jerseys, bro. It looks like any given Sunday out there. Like, they look like Arizona State, like the Sun Devils.
Oh, that's not good to be described as by former players or just people that are in the football punditry world. But I think you are not alone in that description. And they were also the name. There was an AAFL team that was the name of the Commanders.
Yeah.
So obviously, So now everybody.
Their hashtag was also take command.
Yeah.
Hey, I'm sure this will already be clipped up and I'll be burning at the stake whenever this gets out there in front of DC, but it's not a shot at the great fans of Washington. Dude.
No, they feel the same way you do.
Amazing people.
A lot of great people out there, man. I love playing for them my 5 years. They were my first NFL team. They gave me my first shot, so I would love to be a commie. It's just my objective feeling about, or my subjective feeling about the Commanders.
Listen, the Washington Commander fan base probably likes you more after what you said there, as opposed to, for me, I put a tweet out saying it's a good name, and then I buried it a little bit, and I said it's a good name. People were even attacking me for even saying it's a good name. I think there's a lot of anger, but if they win, nothing else will matter. That's the NFL that people don't understand. If you win or if you're good, nothing else matters, Will.
I agree. Winning solves everything, dude. Winning solves absolutely everything. I mean, all the stuff that we had going on with the Raiders are a perfect example. All the stuff that people were up and upset about, when we're winning and about to be in the playoffs, that stuff kind of goes away. The Titans, before I even went out to before I even went out to Vegas, I'm talking with Taylor earlier in the year when they lost to the Jets. They had a bad loss to the Cardinals and everything else. It looked like, every year when you lose, dude, it feels like you're 0-17 until you win. And then those boys go 12-5, and it's like everybody forgot about the Chandler Jones and the Arizona Cardinal game and losing to the Jets and everything else. Winning solved absolutely everything.
Why'd you bring it up? Why'd you bring the Chandler? We did forget about that. That was kind of a little bit of a, because I immediately thought of Taylor just being like, I don't know what the fuck happened.